you appreciate stories a lot. You like stories. You write
I
stories.
like
What do you think
stories. Yes,
about
yes, I
the?
like stories.
And you don't really do a lot of romance when it comes to
I
stories.
don't.
You don't
Yes, I
read a lot
really
of
don't.
romance novels.
I
So,
really don't.
what is your opinion on the story of this manga, Ichigo
Love it.
100%?
Love it. It's not only about the
Yeah.
like the story itself is a mix of so many different genres. It's not just one thing. So you have a romance, one aspect. You have a lot of comedy, which I really
Yeah.
appreciate, and you have this base slice of life type of thing, which is just so nice and chill to read. Like the only other thing which I
Yeah.
think I could consider a slice of life is Oyasumi no Punpun,
Oh yeah,
and
Sumi Pun
that's
Pun.
like
Yeah. Oh, that's
that's like
freaking.
dark slice of life.
That
I
is
need
dark.
breaks after
Yeah.
reading a couple of chapters. Well, this is a lot more chill. I'm just like, yes, let's
Yeah.
read a couple of chapters. Let's chill. Let's take a nap. Then let's go back to reading it. It was really, really fun. And like I understand what you mean by when you say it's repetitive, because you get the same girl and then it's a very similar thing that happens, but then each character is again brings in something different to the table, and then it adds something different to the story,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
have this
Exactly.
sense of, okay, who is going to win this war of love, who is going to come out on top. And
It is more interesting than like shitty harem anime which I don't care about and don't watch, where it's just like girls fighting over this guy. Here it makes more sense because it fits into the story well. Like
yeah,
the way they meet him and the time they spent with him and everything. Like, even though it is exaggerated because it's a manga, it still makes a lot more
of
sense
course,
than just girls
the,
like,
the
oh, I
only
like
thing
you, like,
the only thing that didn't make sense to me was after after Manaka basically breaks up with Tsukasa, and
Yeah.
after he treats Satsuki like shit and tells her, yo, I'm not going to fall in love with you. Both of them are still like, but I still love you.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
think any girl of that age would have the mental capacity to do that. I think they would be too filled with ego about how could you break up with me type of thing. Because that's what I've seen. I've seen that a lot. I've never seen someone react well to a situation like that. Never.
Yeah, they
Just
don't
never.
react well, but I understand that point because I've talked to people who've said that, like, even after they've been like rejected or shot down, they still are in love with that person for
Yeah,
a
but
while.
to the
So that
point
still
where
stays,
Satsuki is
right?
like jumping on him and pressing her boobs against him, like, oh, I love you
Oh,
so much. I've never
the,
seen that.
yeah, I haven't seen
Like,
that
okay,
yet.
that is an
Yeah,
exaggeration.
yeah,
So
of course.
Satsuki, I can still understand. But
Yeah,
Tsukasa is a little unrealistic, little too unrealistic to me, because that's like popular girl randomly falls in love with a random boy, and then he fucks up, and she's still like, oh, but I love you.
yeah. She
That's
always had
weird.
strong feelings for him. She could never get over it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, from the start. And I think each girl also represents a different philosophy of dating,
yeah.
which they take. Like, so Sukasa is like it's like a slightly passive, but
I
it's
think
a very,
Sukasa was set up to be the perfect date in a way, right?
yeah, because she waits for him to make the first move, but once she
Yeah,
does, she's aggressive and she takes initiative.
exactly.
And on the other hand, Aya was just like, I can't say anything. I'm not gonna accept anything. You're just gonna have to do everything
Yeah,
over
yeah.
here. And on the other hand, this woman, Satsuki, was just like, oh my god,
Yeah,
kiss me right now.
exactly.
And
Yeah, she was the one making the first move all the time. She was very aggressive with it. Yeah,
all the time, like, god
and
damn,
Yui was just
there a
like,
single trip?
yeah.
But is Yui even considered
No,
one of
yeah,
the
she's
main
like,
female
she was
protagonists?
just
Though?
like, a childhood friend who's kind of always interested
Yeah, they
in
never
you.
had
Yeah.
any romantic
No,
things
it
like
wasn't
these
as
guys
strong
did.
as these three, but she was
Yeah, yeah.
important. Yeah.
It was there. I mean, there was a slight romantic aspect to it, but not really anything valuable compared to how much Satsuki, Maya, and Sukasa had to play in
Yeah,
it.
exactly. That's true.
Yeah, but another thing is, well, I think they represented different things in Manaka's life. Like, Sukasa wanted to follow her own dreams but still be a part of his life.
Yeah.
Aya wanted to follow her dreams and be a part
Be a
of his
part.
life.
Yeah.
And Satsuki didn't want to follow her dreams, just wanted to be a part of his life.
Yeah.
And that again goes back to their dating ideology, right? Satsuki devoted herself completely to him, and Manaka realized that's not something he wanted.
Yeah.
He really wanted to be with Aya, but then he realized that, at least to me, it felt like he realized that she was someone he would love to work with professionally, but not necessarily have a life with together.
Yeah,
As a
exactly.
romantic
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
relationship with forever. and Tsukasa in the end was like, okay, I'm doing my own shit. I still like you. If you still like me, let's get together.
Yeah,
But I'm not
exactly.
going to give up anything for you. And I think that's what attracted him the most, because she was vulnerable even though she had her own priorities. And the other two were not in the same
The
way.
other
Like
two were
Aya
not.
was too vulnerable but with no
Yeah.
priorities, and Satsuki was never actually vulnerable. She just kept saying, I love you,
Yeah,
I love
she
you,
just
but
kept saying,
there was no
yeah.
vulnerability which was being shown. So
That is
I think there's
true.
like a very big, very stark difference between the three of them, at least.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I think that is the case because there are like you don't always like there are people you meet who you really like them and but it's just like you want to create something with them, you want to work with them, like
Yeah.
they become more like work partners, like you like it, they help your dream, instead of becoming your partner in life.
Yeah.
So that
You really want
yeah,
to
exactly.
do something with them, but not necessarily, or maybe not even at all in a romantic
Yeah,
way.
not anything in a exactly, and you do face that a lot. So that situation makes a lot of sense from like Manaka's view.